map, but Evil Geniuses managed to close it in regulation on Inferno, but now this is a tougher task for them. This is Dust 2, and it's Team 1 on the other side. And I'm just saying, some of those crosshairs were looking kind of hot over on the Team 1 squad.
They absolutely were. IDK in particular popping off. Maluk's been his usual self as he's been on land throughout this entire event, but I mean, on Dust 2, you might look at it and say, oh, they don't play this map that much, but they're exceptionally good on it. That's why teams don't want to play against them on it.
Well, if you want to get your inventory looking hot, what you can do is you can get on over to CS Money, the easy peasy platform to buy and trade skins, millions of skins available, a 40% top-up bonus. So get on over to CS Money, get yourself some shiny new guns, and maybe you'll be clicking in the server. Maybe you'll be able to make a semifinal of Fragadelphia, because that's what one of these two teams is doing in this matchup. They're confirming their spot in the top 4. Into Dust 2 we go, into the action, right into the pistol. We're not going to waste your time. We're getting into the fun, and Team 1 aren't wasting any time either. They are straight in towards B, and I think Chop would rather they take their time with this one because he is stuck. Flashbang after flashbang just chaining on in the life of a B anchor, but he's still finding damage, and he's just found his kill as well. They're making their way back in there. Bomb's not planted yet. Oh, this kill in tunnels is so huge, and it goes the way of Maluk. Bomb now down. This is starting to get a little rough here. 3 players still alive. Even Stevens and Wiz so very low means that this could be a good situation for Team 1. IDK makes it look just that much better here, John, and it's all falling apart. They need a hero play out of Stan, and he won't even get into the site.
TRK, IDK, and Maluk just took over the site once they got there. Yes, it was a 5v3 in favor of EG, but their positioning was just way too good on the Team 1 side. And they wiped out the defense, and Evil Geniuses got forced on the outside. And once those smokes hit, there was just nowhere for them to really go. There was window, but that's exactly where Team 1 wanted them to peek from because they had their crosshairs lined up and zeroed in that position. So, 1-0 for Team 1. Still, just a pistol round. Evil Geniuses are opting to force buy after that. They got a couple of scouts, Stanislaw and Chop rocking those. Walco, Rush, and Wiz onto the pistols. Nade gonna fly on through for Stanislaw towards top mid. And he continues to wait with that scout for a target to appear. But Team 1 are actually showing quite a bit of patience here, Mike. They're waiting for their opportunity to strike. And in fact, it's not a bad idea on a second round, right? You oftentimes expect the rush to come through.
Anticipating the possibility of it. Not often when your opponent's the one with the guns, but, you know, sometimes they do. Just try and force the issue. Try and prevent you from getting anything going on right now. But it seems like instead, we might get a methodical play up the catwalk. They have taken this space. The scout is in position here. It's in the hands of Stanislaw and also Chop. But Chop's in mid, so we won't worry about his scout for now. And here comes the clicks. The scoped gun trying to find home. There's opportunities available as they approach towards Gandalf. And, well, here comes the cleanup. Stanislaw down, just down to the deagle. Rush hits 2. Oh, a third as well. Rush may have just turned this round on its head. He goes for one more poke. That's not to be, but Walco with a P250 has at least a chance at the dream. It's a 5-7, all the better. They'll plant. They'll plant in front of his face, but he's closing the angles. He's condensing the gap. He's wary of someone out towards long, but it's not the direction he needs to be concerned with. And all of his concerns will drip away, along with his life.
But still, what an effort from Rush over at Ramp. He's hitting all the heads with the deagle and doing the damage to the economy of Team 1 at the very least and made it viable, right? If he hits that 4th one and Walco's there to support, poof, could have been an entirely different round. But instead, Team 1 will take their 2nd, and now EG off of that force buy onto the full-on eco. 3 USPs, 2 deagles still bought up, but the only piece of utility they have is a flashbang, and here is that push I was talking about. Down mid, Pesa spots it out, and he will go down actually. So that's an AK on the ground. I believe there are a couple players still here. Yeah, there's IDK peeking from dark, and then he swings around towards long doors to find himself another one. Mobs falls back to support, and that should be things under control. Do they expect a rush here? That's the question. Well,
they do.
Found him.
They do. They expect him with bullets.
Decidedly, yes.
They've set the table.
Yes.
The servings, lead. It's going to be a crazy Wiz 4K. 1v4. Bomb's not planted just yet. They're coming his way. There's a nice way to fight on catwalk, and okay. TRK hits him with that servant of aim punch. Side of lead. It's a complete meal. Balanced breakfast.
Just lead with more lead.
Don't recommend that as a course.
Definitely not.
There's something called lead poisoning, folks.
This is why we have unleaded fuel.
Nowadays.
Leaded. Yeah. That was terrible.
Not good for you. There's actually really interesting studies on IQ based around when leaded fuel is used in an area.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Is bad.
It's very bad.
We won't talk about that, though,
No.
because in the meantime, Maluka's got a nice entry, and they've got some space out towards long. Malb's going to make it look that much better. The flashbangs are good, but somehow the sidestep does come through, and Walco triumphs. So at least he prevents this round from completely unraveling still. They need a bit of a rally. And it seems like a smoke cross might come in. No, just into the tunnels they go. Pretty straightforward setup. The question's going to be, what can Stanislaw do here? Because Maluka's going to prevent the rotations in, and Stanislaw is gone. So this round is frankly over. Just down to the one, and Rush won't even be able to escape.
Maluk with the 3K. I'm not sure if I heard a Maluk there or something like that, a chant for him, but either way.
I think the chant is exclusively coming from IDK, actually.
Yeah,
I think we've just got IDK's mic being picked up.
I think so.
And Mans is excited.
Oh, it's fantastic to have that type
You
of
don't
energy.
really have a loud voice on the other side to answer him. The only one they've got is their coach, is Axed. Not a yelly bunch,
quiet.
this EG.
Absolutely.
Other than Axed.
I mean, trying to think back.
We got the pop-off from Coach Axed yesterday in defense of his opper.
Yes.
I wonder if we're going to be brewing to a pop-off right now. I will say IDK, mostly going for the positive pop-offs here when his teammates do something good.
Yes, nothing
as
negative,
opposed
which
to
is
taunting.
good. You got to keep it positive.
Keeping the energies up.
EG was a little more vocal with Clasia there, I think, back at Frag 15, right, when he was still there.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Yes.
But sadly, he's not.
Known to be a more vocal player at times.
Yes. I'm not sure what
Exactly what I said,
okay.
John. Exactly what I said. Chop with the scout is going to be flashed off this angle. He's trying to withdraw, and the smoke might just mean that he can't really do a whole lot into this round. Only one player towards B, so if they do split this, well, not too much that can be done. An attempted stack from EG to deal with the smoke, but flashes, utility, blinding. There's just not a lot to be had here. I've got Chop tucked into the corner. What's he going to get? Anything.
I don't think much here.
Rush is in the corner of B. He got a D clip, a 3K with the Deagle. Let's see if he can do it again. There's the first bomb drop. Rush looking crispy here. Damage found. So much of it. At that, Malbs is limping. This could be really concerning, and they're on the flank. They've taken out Maluk. Now that loses the tunnel presence. Pesa will give them just a little bit of space, and they still have a player back in towards CT, which is going to hold this rotation at the very least. But Pesa, he's the only one remaining, and he's not close enough. They have control of this. He can't get onto the defuse, except that he's found that kill. And they may have missed their chance. They may have missed their opportunity. A pistol, all that's required. Pesa so very low. Stanislav's waiting for him to come around. There's the swing, and Pesa finds it. Oh, no, a missed opportunity there for Evil Geniuses. It was looking so very good with Pesadelo from all the way on the other side of the map. Keeps them off of the defuse.
Oh, my goodness. I think they should have just stuck to defuse immediately. They knew Pesa was in CT, and he was the last one. Instead, Pesa was very quick to decide, to his credit, and went for the fight immediately with his low HP, less than 20 health, and he just goes and takes both fights. Not a single bullet connects with him, because if it did, he would have been down to dirt. What a clutch for him. Out of position post-plant, comes through and saves the day. Goose Egg still on the board for EG as a result, but they will have a full-on buy coming through.
Oh, that nade.
Yeah.
Oh, the molly to follow it up. They wanted to go for the faster B play, and the utility has just punished them for it. Boost up here for Wiz as well. Love this idea, although a counter boost on the other side, so a little bit of a feint.
Yeah.
It's almost like we used to call them chicken fights, you know, in the pool where you get on each other's shoulders and try and knock the other person off.
Oh, yes.
Well, they just did that, and they both fell off, which is usually how most of those ended anyway.
Yes. Hinge smoke being thrown. Standard affair here on Dust 2 now. I like those long-range hinge smokes from, like, long A. Those are crazy. Those are awesome.
Players have gotten really handy-dandy at those pixel-perfect smokes.
Yeah.
Problem is, if you don't have the exact right pixel, you look very silly.
Indeed.
Hawking smokes into the wrong spot on mid. Just say I'm not trusting myself to throw them.
Yeah, me neither.
Group up in towards B, and a pick now found. That opens things up in a big way. Chop alone here. He'll dump the smoke, but it's a little bit too late.
Nice
Flashbang's good. There's the punish, but the trade was there. They're keeping it even, and from the doors, they still can threaten. That's Walco. But the bomb's going to be planted in a 3-on-3 on the retake. It is tough. There's a kit available. There's a lot of mollies. That makes life easier.
And no util for Team 1.
No. These mollies are going to come in. It's going to be just a carpet of flames across the site. There's one in. That's the first kill found. And the tunnel players just now coming into action. Molotov's clearing out position, clearing out space. They need to go quickly. They don't have all the time in the world. But here's Push coming to shove. Let's see if Team 1 are going to be able to shove back. So far, they're buying so much time. IDK, a critical kill, and it's all falling apart. Wiz is locked out of the site. The clock is gone, and he is the next victim.
IDK.
So Push meets shove, and here comes Team 1 shoving right on back. Yes, the bomb will take them all, but they're up 6-0. They don't care about little things like survival at this point. All they care about is stacking that number and making it go higher.
Lost a lot of firepower there, an AWP and an AK down.
Look at their cash. Look at their cash.
I know they have enough money. They'll be able to buy it up again. It's just
they're gonna
be
okay.
You want to keep your economy healthy, but either way, they get the frags. It wasn't really much of a choice either because they had to fight off the last few EG members that tried for the retake. I mean, the Molotov was perfect. The AWP waiting to take advantage of the player who had to come up from car, immediate frag, but then they took way too long to actually push into the site. They had to go immediately with how much time was left on the bomb timer, and once they did actually decide to go in, well, I mean, IDK was good for pretty much everything that came his way. So, Team 1, we said they were good on Dust 2. It's not an exaggeration. They are a very solid team here, and they continue to show why. Crisp, clean rounds.
Now for the EG camp, right? We've talked about their tendency to play the slow game, but usually that's to build into their defense. And, well, got a funny thing about that. Stan, like it. Utility used very well to punish Malls for his aggression. He did just have the MAC-10. It's not a catastrophe that he's lost, but never good to lose one immediately, and now they're just swinging into angles. Solo, isolated. The aggressive push from EG is catching them off guard, and everybody's dead.
What?
Where is that the round that gets snatched away? 4 players surviving as Team 1 just trip and stumble into their guns one by one.
What was that round? They just kept trying to take the fight into lower tunnels, and they got just deleted one after the other. The round was over so quickly. You have to scratch your head looking at the buy-up that Evil Genius has brought into that one. Strange that that's the first round that Team 1 end up losing, but you know what? It happens sometimes. Malb's going to be relegated to only a deagle, but his teammates have the AKs to bring on forward. They're trying for the quick long A take again. This time a trade comes through. After Team 1 get the opening frag. Do they expect to play her? They don't. Pesa snuck by, hid in the smoke, came out, and took down Rush. He's trying to swing it as well and get another one, but no, denied. As Walco is going to stand his ground and at least keep Team 1 at bay towards long A for now. But a player is still out there, and now Maluk is trying to put the pressure on from Cat. He connects on a decent amount of damage towards Wiz, and they have the information that 2 players are on A, and that means a rotation will come to the B site more than likely.
They're going to adjust. They are going to bring the adjustment in, and Maluk's position here in towards mid is so valuable. It means that they know that Stanislaus isolated. It means that they can control this rotation and bring this pressure. With 50 seconds on the clock, they have the choice of whether they want to work tunnels or mid. Tunnels will be the answer. Push down catwalk could be salvation here. Walco is starting to take this space, starting to find this ground, starting to clear these corners, and is he going to dare to press on through? He's got to do this silently is the problem. And Wiz instead trips up into the angle early. Now it's just left to Walco, and he's quick to follow into the grave. The answer is immediate from Team 1. Yes, they may have fumbled against the lesser buy, but if they can get it done against the guns, all is forgiven.
Absolutely. That was a picture-perfect play by Team 1, using the information gained perfectly, and then went around towards the B site, patiently waited for the rotations to come through, and that was the round. So well done. 7-1 in favor of Team 1. Flash is going to be thrown on into top mid. Maluk boosted up, but the smoke will guise off his vision. We'll see if EG decide to push off of that smoke thrown for Dark. But Malbs, he's all the way over on the other side, taking care of Chop at the B-side. B-side's taken, Mike, and Maluk gets another frag. Malbs looking for more. He needs to be patient. Doesn't want to lose the positioning he's gained here by going down in a fight.
This has to be a save call
so
already.
It might be, yeah.
Especially with a double up. What are you even going to do here? Stan is just trying to find ground to save. Pace turns on him. Uh-oh. So that's one of the ops even lost. It's just down to the 2. They'll just tuck by the dumpster and just live, try and live. Hope to live. Hope that they found a bit of cover, as this has been a merciless, suffocating T side from Team 1. They don't allow them any space. They don't allow them to breathe. They're taking these advantages early in rounds, and they're just never letting go. It's explosive. It's exactly what you want out of a Dust 2 T side. And EG are struggling to keep pace.
There's one at least for Wiz. An exit frag found. Both players tucked in towards long, trying to hang on to their rifles, and a smoke is thrown that will give some information away to Team 1, saying, hey, guys, they're over that long. Let's try and hunt them down. Get these guns ripped out of their cold, dead hands, but IDK won't be able to do that. And now Team 1 have abandoned the chase. They're going to let them keep these rifles and be content with winning the round.
I think you're pretty content with winning the round, yeah.
It should be.
8-1. Yeah, it's all right. You know, never be content. Always be hungry. Always stay hungry. 8-1 could be 9-1. Could be 10-1. Could be 14-1. Before you know it.
That would be something.
You know, sayings like act broke, stay rich. Act like you're in a comeback, stay in the lead. Yeah.
It's a good saying.
I'm going to make a Facebook meme out of that.
I think TRK's taking that advice, Mike, as he gets the opening frag towards long. Rush is now isolated, but he has support over from long corner now. The thing is, they can't abandon too much space, because if they do, towards Cat anyway, it'll be a free and clear path for Team 1.
Rush. Molotov, I don't even know if that's spread onto TRK. I guess it did do some damage. But regardless, he does have smokes here to put out the flames. So it's a bit of a dumpster fire over there.
Yes.
But the dumpster fire has been put out. And now Rush, a little bit of cover, a little bit of smoke to operate off of. He's looking for some space. He's trying to find this kill, knowing that it could be something to get them back into the round.
Cat is so open.
Once his smoke's gone, he's in such a tough spot, too. Oh, they want this long fight. I love the idea of the delayed long fight. The flash catches. Now they'll start to make their way out. There's the first kill. Uh-oh. Wiz is running. Wiz is running. He's got to get out of here. Oh, pressure on. 40 seconds. He'll wait for his teammates to get back over. Maybe they can mount the defense here, but once again, they're in a situation where they could consider the save. It's a 5v3. This next casualty will determine everything. They need this next kill, and they don't have it. It's over. It's got to be done. Stan's committed himself in towards elevator, but this is just such a hopeless spot. A gap in the smoke. He'll try to answer, but that just means his position's given up, and they are merciless. They do not hesitate. The kills are immediate, and Chop's even low. It's a catastrophe for EG again into this round, and there's not even a hope of winning it. The best they can expect is Chop to live, to survive. And he knows it. It's like a horror movie, and the villains, the monsters are closing in. Chop just desperately barricading the door, but as in all good horror movies, the monster is unstoppable. Ain't no barricaded closet door keeping it at bay.
Wow. Just unbelievable work from Team 1 towards long. They get the entry frag, and they don't move a muscle. They keep the space that they've gained. They know they have the edge on the pit player, and then wait for the time to strike. As soon as Rush pops his head up, there are 3 players waiting to greet him. He goes down. You saw Walco try to get away, but as soon as he peeks around the corner, he's already got everyone barreling down towards him. Doesn't even get a chance to fire a shot, and by that point, the round is over.
You hanging out in the club, John? Getting down on the club? The Internet Cyber Club?
Sure.
Or the Amsterdam Club?
I think Internet Cyber Club, probably.
Yeah, that's your one?
Yeah, I think
Bussing
so.
Down on the LAN Center floor?
Yeah, more than likely.
Yeah?
I used to. I mean, when we had LAN centers, they kind of died in my area. They don't exist.
You're in one right now.
Yes, this one's awesome.
A local host. If
Like
you got a local host in your area, come on out. LAN Center life. It's the culture. It's the culture. You know what's not the culture? Scout and pistol buys. It's not a culture you want to instill. It's rough. It's more like a fungal culture. Mold growing in your fridge.
In Canada, Mike. Sorry to interrupt your thought there.
I'll let him know.
Yeah.
Put it in the comment section. Get in chat. Localhost CA.
Yes, sir.
It's called localhost 8. Malbs with an opener here. We are kind of expecting this one to go the way of Team 1, barring shenanigans. But no shenanigans yet to be had. That's a nice shenanigan-y tag. Ooh, there's another one. Okay, all right, all right. Getting interesting here. Getting a little bit of spice, a little bit of fire. Speaking of fire, on fire. Face has dropped. That gun can potentially be retrieved. Is anyone watching for it on Catwalk? Not just yet, because they have to contend with the scout through mid. Team 1 did drop their only round of this half so far to pistols. And it might be on deck again.
What is happening?
A headshot there for Wiz. This scout is hit. And here comes the double push out. Catwalk bodies are dropping one after another. They've got nothing. They've been stalled out. Mobs is wondering how on earth this has occurred, and he won't get to wonder for much more. Another round snatched away. Evil Geniuses have now won 2 ecos. Unfortunately for them, they have only won 2 ecos. Can they string something together off of it?
I don't understand how that keeps happening. And it's twice the same exact positioning for Team 1. They tried to take mid control, and then they were just collapsed upon. I think it's the way EG plays their pistol rounds that's working so well.
Team 1 does. They slow down.
I mean,
we've been seeing Team 1 immediately taking fight, disrespecting, going into it. Now I mean, against the pistols, they slow down. They try and go for the long-range aim fights. They leave themselves vulnerable on the scouts, the pistols. They wind up getting pushed upon from Catwalk. Got to play it like they got guns in hands. Mobs is playing like he's got a nade in hands. Unfortunately, the pin was already pulled. And so he's quite low. He has taken the space out for as long. It's been given to him completely. And so they're just going to say, yes, thank you very much for the invitation. We will, in fact, take advantage of this. We will, in fact, rock right in towards your A bomb site. The double push cat will give them a bastion to defend from. And recognizing the vulnerability, Wiz is trying to come back through, but better be careful about the angles. There's the flashbang. There's the kill, but the trade is there. And the ops now close up. A shot hit. The bomb dropped. They are committed. And Pace is being activated, but he's all the way on the other side of the map. He's Capture Tunnel's player here.
Does he know? Someone's lower.
Should have the backstab on Chop. It's all going to come down to timing, though. And there it is. Chop now eliminated. An advantage back available for Team 1 with 50 seconds still to work. They do have the time to play this one out. Now this catwalk position is going to put a timer in Wiz's head of when he needs to respond, when he needs to be aware of the possibility. And you can tell it's already creeping in. Luke thought he was tucked. The flashbang distracting, and Wiz might just have done this himself. He's done enough. What a round from Wiz. Finally, a gun round on the board for the Evil Geniuses. Their first proper round of the half.
Oh. Finally, indeed, and Wiz is the one that powers them to victory. We talked about how important he'll be here on Dust 2, and unfortunately he hasn't had many opportunities to use that big green because they've been trying and fighting and losing so many rounds, playing on pistols most of the time and rifles. But now, once he gets it in his hands, he does indeed shine, finding the frags he needs. And Maluk just got caught out of position. He didn't realize that he was showing enough to be seen from the A site, and that was pretty much the turning point in that round. Wiz is going to try and fire away towards top mid. They've spotted him out. Just the pistols on Team 1's side now for the first time, I think, since pistol round, right, that they've been put in this position. Pesa moving up. Rush along with Walco. They want this quick peek. It could be disastrous for Walco because 3 players are right here, and indeed it is. TRK finds him. Luckily, Rush gets a couple, but that's still an even trade for Team 1, and they've got a couple of rifles to work with. Maluk pushes up. Bomb plant pretty much guaranteed because they know that long is clear. And here we go. Post plant for Team 1 on their eco, and it's looking pretty good.
It's looking very good. It's looking damn good if you're Team 1. There's only so many seconds needed to push off of the clock, and they're all coming from the same direction. They're all coming from the same angle. And Maluk, depending on the timing on this beat, this could be so very deadly. He'll catch that nade. That's okay. Out towards long they go. Information gain. Mob's even getting 1 out of that angle is impressive. Maluk going 1 for 1 as well. It's down to the clutch. Wiz has no health. Wiz has no health. The bomb is ticking away, and
time?
he's trying to go for the defuse, and at this point, he's let too many seconds slip off the clock. He's lost this one
it's
purely
over.
to the timer. He had no idea where IDK was coming from. Yes, he'll get the last laugh in the shot, but no one will survive this.
IDK out of position, trying to rotate around towards Cat. And, I mean, Wiz literally could have just stuck it, but he didn't know, of course, where IDK was. Just the thought of him potentially peeking out from the pit was enough to keep Wiz at bay and give the round to Team 1. What a shame for EG, though, after finally picking up their first rifle round to fall in that manner, Mike. And
haven't been able to sustain anything.
Really, not at all. And it's double digits now for Team 1 on their T side. That said, I mean, look, Team 1 had that solid start in the first half of map 1, and EG were able to come back. So.
Yeah, yes, true. But the roles are reversed here.
A little bit, yes.
Majorly.
It's T side for Team 1 this time.
Majorly.
You're right, you're right.
Rush is coming for the peek off of the catwalk. This could be very dangerous. This is the play upon which the round depends. Rush looking for the fight. Oh, but he will back away. The nade finding damage, not as much as perhaps they would hope. In this initial skirmish, has not had any conclusive results. While Wiz is lost, the op gets picked up by Stanislaw. And we'll see if the veteran player, the captain of this squad, can deliver results with the scope on the other side. Long's been left open again. Long's been left completely open once more. Walker's found some space, forced out by that Molotov, but meanwhile, look at all this real estate. Look at all this ground. Look at all these kills coming in one after another. This one's done. Chop has the loneliest of jobs in the game of Counter-Strike. Trying to keep a gun alive when you haven't been able to do anything to contribute towards the round. The life of a B anchor. It's a sad tale.
It is a sad
Remember, folks, treat your B anchor well. Give them a hug, a handshake, a fist bump. Because they sacrifice so that you can play the sexy spots.
Let them know they're loved.
Let them know they're loved. Adopt a B anchor near you and let them star play.
IDK.
Woo, Mobs is feeling like a star right now. The scoreline, I mean, it's been pretty even across the board, right? For Team 1, there's no necessarily standout players, and even Pesa, he's been playing the lurk role, so he's bottom of the board, but his kills have been so impactful when they've come into encounters.
Just that one round, the 1v2.
So 12 potentially available here for Team 1. 11's already pretty dang good, but it's scouts and SMGs, it's pistols, it's little bits and bobs of utility available for the geniuses, and well, right now, they got to be thinking about how good their strats are for map 3. What we got on map 3, John?
Overpass.
Overpass,
yes.
That's right. You predicted it.
I did.
Genius that you are.
Correct.
Overpass.
No humility here. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's a good map for Team 1 and for EG.
We've seen both on it.
Mm-hmm.
That we have. Into the fray we dive once more. One more round in this half. One more desperate plea from EG for something, anything to take forward. Don't know if I'd want to swing those doors, but they do get past the op of Maluk, at least for the moment. The captain of the squad, not able to chime in just yet. Walker's got a scout to enjoy good scouting. Oh, and the boost up. That gave him an opportunity, but Mobs is so very good at finding those headshots.
I feel like you have the advantage in the tunnels, right? Because only your head is showing. You can see a lot of the body of the player on GAD. But anyway, TRK is just going to peek around, have his play with Pesadello and, excuse me, not Pesadello, with Stanislaw for 5v2.
I mean, at this point, he could put down Pesadello, and they would still win this round, most likely. And Pesa will get his. A 1-for-1. It's all over. 12-3 reads the scoreline, and disaster is writ upon the faces of these EG players.
Yeah.
You can see it right there on Rush's brow. Disaster. Is that? Am I the only one who can see that?
I think so. Are you okay?
I might need to go get checked out.
Maybe.
Chops says banana. Might need to see somebody about that.
Yes. We'll book an appointment for you, Mike.
It's all right.
I'll get production on it.
Just need more frags. I just need more frags in my life, and Dooley's available for Pesa. He says, I need more frags as well. I did not get to do as much in that first half, and now's my time to shine. And I think John is very likely going to have an opportunity here.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about Dust 2 leaning more towards the CT side as of late, and I mean, with this type of league going to your CT side, I don't know. They have to win pistol, and that's a fantastic execute, and to be here for Evil Geniuses. Wiz, Rush, and Chop all find frags. IDK and Mobs looking for a way back in. Still possible for them, but man, is it ever going to be difficult. Where is Mobs? He is coming around to support from mid. So they both are in the same position. No, he can't even do anything. Wiz isolates that position, and IDK, the last one standing, and will go down. EG find the all-important pistol.
It's a start.
It is.
The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And the comeback of making every map a full 30 begins with a pistol round win.
It's always
the Evil Geniuses philosophy. If we didn't play 30, we didn't earn it. Scout could be out for Wiz. And on the other side, too. I don't know that we've seen a lot of IDK with the scopes. Okay, there's the tag. Maluk is just yeeting himself up mid. And he will be able to escape. So he just finds that damage, and he's out of here. Puts Wiz on notice,
Chop
and he's gone.
Yeah, Chop trying to engage with Cat, and he also takes damage. No one from Team 1 has been connected on just yet. That makes this round all the more viable because both Wiz and Chop can be taken down by a Scalp Bullet, and there are 2 scouts on the side of Team 1. IDK and Maluk rocking those. Maluk going for the wall spam. A Molotov gets tossed on over to ensure no one's close doors. Maluk sees the peek, doesn't connect on the shot though. And now more players eventually going to be filtering out through mid. Good flashbang throw. Maluk is forced to fall back in towards CT, but he actually hit the shot, I believe, on Rush through the doors right before falling back. So that's another player tagged. HP is very tough for EG into this round. That makes them even more vulnerable here to the Deagles. And Pesa's got an opportunity to punish.
Oh, he's got the setup as well. It's Mobs behind him. Pesa and Mobs, those are not 2 Deagles I would want to tango with. And they're going to get activated. They're going to go for the swing in. The timing here is brutal for Rush. Attempted return. That's not going to be available. They're going towards mid instead. The 2 wounded players are still here as well. A poke back out for TRK. That nade doesn't find home. Softens up more players, but there we go. The tunnel presence gone. TRK up close. That's the bomb. Uh-oh. Catastrophe. Just one lonely Stanislaw trying to get his hands back on that C4. He'll have to go out the window to do so, and Mobs will not allow him to regain. Team 1 immediately stun EG. No chance to build back in.
The force buy comes through, Mike, and that scout from Maluk tagged them again and again and again and softened up the players as they went for their execute. Then it was up to the pistols to do the rest, and they absolutely did fantastic work isolating Stanislaw at the end in the site by his lonesome. Didn't have the bomb, and once he tried for the fight, couldn't get his hands back on that parcel of C4. Now Maluk is going to toss a nade up towards top mid, trying to stop a quick push from coming out here on the T side. CT side. Yeah, T side. Wow, Mike, I'm good. I'm good. Don't worry.
You're good. You're good. You're in it. You're in it. You're in it to win it.
Shots here.
And so are EG.
Yes, they are. EG trying to get back into this one. They are forcing back against Team 1. And they have the presence in the upper tunnels here. Wiz waiting for a push to come through. It will not. Team 1 are extremely disciplined on their CT side.
For now, against the pistols. It's not usually what we expect as the hallmark of this Team 1 side. They like them a little scrap.
They do.
But right now, it's TRK playing off of IDK's contact. Utility coming in. IDK wants the first shot. He's got it. A second as well. Why not? Just spam on in. They're like fish in a barrel. Sardines in a can. You can just feast upon them. Num, 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 num. Eco frags. Delicious. Delicious eco frags. Mobs wants his. He's ready for a little bit of CS junk food. And now he in fact feasting. All just to Wiz, and while Wiz, I mean, even if he won that duel, it doesn't matter. He doesn't have the bomb, and so he doesn't have the round. 10 rounds separate these 2 teams. 10 rounds. Team 1 are merciless here on Dust 2. It's their playground, and they are throwing up their arms, going down the slide and yelling, woo!
Yeah. Indeed. I mean, teams used to go out of their way to ban Dust 2 against Team 1. That's
Now
how
you know
good
why.
they've gone to. Yeah, exactly. And now they're getting a chance to play on it again because maybe they just haven't been that good over the past few months until the return of Malls, and now he's back like, oh, we can play against them on Dust 2. No, no, no. You should probably try and avoid it because this is what's going to happen to you every single time. Maluk is going to try and peek towards mid. Oh, he can get overloaded here by the pistols. Chop does take him down, so that's a gun to be picked up here potentially by EG, but that's a timely molly thrown by Pesa to stop the gun from being retrieved and regain that space towards mid.
It's okay. It was just a scout on the other side. Just a scout. It's okay.
I mean,
They didn't get it. Still an advantage in this round, John. There's still a chance here. Things are getting kind of exciting. Rush, not as excited. That nade hit him on the chin, I think. Oh, okay. Presence out on towards B, but TRK, the USP.
Why is he not using this from us?
I think he may be empty on that gun. I think they may have got him on a tunnel spam.
Okay.
But as it is, the bomb is down. That's already a nice find for EG, considering the circumstances. The swing has to come back in. Wiz does find one elsewhere, but the Wizard might be out of position. He's actually the one in towards side. It's Chop who's not close at hand, and he could really use some support from Chop. Pressure coming on through. Wiz desperately tapping with that Tech 9, running out of ammunition. The reload may be the death blow here, but Chop still lurking. Chop still on it. And Wiz, they have to find Wiz to have this round. Chop was waiting for that, but it's Wiz to put him down. Again, the pistols are somehow the path back in here for EG.
Third time.
They have 5 rounds, John. 3 of them have come on the pistols.
I don't know what's different. Maybe some pressure off their shoulders or something, and they just execute the way that they usually do. I don't know what it is.
I am confused, but EG, confused or not, are grateful.
I mean, Wiz was unbelievable in that, just flicking back and forth with the Tech 9, spamming bullets, keeping them around the corners, and then eventually with only 3 left in his magazine, gets the frag, gets a chance to reload, and re-swings it to
look
find
at
another.
This presence for tunnels. There's one push through mid. There's a boost up again. This is going to be destruction for whoever peeks it. A smoke is there that will have them withdraw, and actually they advance forward. The smoke saves their bacon.
Yes.
Certainly at least Chops. He would have almost certainly been a dead man if that didn't happen. Molotov on a push. Is that just to sell what Mobs is doing here? What? Is this a one-way? Is he playing off the smoke? What? On the smoke fade, Mobs has 1. Mobs has 2. It's a risky play, but he's gotten away with it. He's gotten away with it. Rush will at least punish that absolutely brilliant aggressive play from Mobs. It was such a risk, and he stuck around. He overstayed his welcome. Still, though, it is an advantage for Team 1 that he has found them. And Pesadelo might just be the next man tested. Tension on the EG side. The steely gaze of Stanislaw ready for this first take. The shot trying to be hit, but a flashbang may be here, and a peek on after it. Pace is committing into the fight, committing into the angle. The Molotov is there, and it is deep, so that position's secured. There's only 30 seconds left here, John. Time has become an issue. They only have this ground towards Catwalk, and the utility continues to stymie them. They'll have to go through this smoke. There's just not enough time otherwise. Pesa's coming in to support. The rotations need to be on, and now Pesa gets 1. He gets his, and Maluk is just keeping them at bay. A brilliant shot from Walco. Maybe a chance here. 10 seconds. The bomb must be committed now. But he has the forethought to put in a position that he can properly defend, but IDK is not interested in your post plans. He is not interested in having to defuse. He'll get it down and done with.
What a lockdown round coming through from Team 1. Walco, very nice frag in the 1v3 to at least get the space onto the site. Tries for the smoke, get that bomb planted, but it was not to be. Team 1 had a beat on him and ensured that no plant money would come through, which makes this buy-up even tougher for the Evil Geniuses. 2 AKs, 2 Deagles, and the Tech 9 with their chances here on Dust 2 dwindling away. Even more so now as the first frag goes the way of Team 1. Rush, who's been very good on entries, is no longer available in this round. Pesa, now having found that opener, is going to fall back to a more passive hold here on the A site. It looks like EG are going to regroup in towards mid. The bomb is still top mid, likely to be grabbed by the last player that's hanging out here. And there it is on his back as Walco looks to gain the space towards double doors mid, and he will get it for free, not being watched for the time being by Team 1.
This is perhaps the most space Team 1 have actually given EG in a round, period. Which it is interesting to see. Now they'll just actually come a little bit further in towards the catwalk fight. Those nades. Wiz is lucky he withdrew. A second slower on that, and he might not be with us still. 50 seconds hit the clock. They have given them all of this ground in towards mid. The problem is there's no smoke. Ooh, there is one. Chop will need to commit that smoke to cover CT. And he does indeed. That prevents Maluk from just killing everybody here. But Maluk still has a gap, and Maluk does fine. And here comes the execution with the rifles. They've only got this presence in towards mid. There is no tunnel play. And so IDK is good to hold, good for it. Leaves Walco in a 1v3 for their life on Dust 2. The bomb gets tapped. Walco expecting a player close at hand. He'll swing out and make this a little bit more doable. C4 now down. 2 players to find. Walco looking snappy with it. And they'll group up. They want to play together. Maluk needs to close the gap, needs to close the distance. Here comes the peek into his tunnel. Walco deleted. Malbs will shut it down. 16-5. A brutal beatdown from Team 1. We're going the distance here, John.
Yep. Team 1 good on Dust 2.
Team 1 good on Dust 2. Expert analysis here from JRT. One hell of a game. I mean, really, firepower, clicking, hitting. That disrespectful style on the CT side, giving no space to the guns, going for new creative pushes, peaks. The number of different ways they aggressed from catwalk was very impressive.
I mean, just even Mal's behind the smoke waiting there for so long. I can't believe he made that play.